Have you ever felt this way? You want something bigger for your life. You think about it often. You picture who you could become. But when it's time to act, you hesitate. You tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow. And somehow, tomorrow keeps moving. If you've ever felt ambitious but still done nothing, then this story is for you. It might change the way you see yourself. Once upon a time in a quiet village surrounded by wide green fields, there lived a young man named Noah. He was 27 years old. Smart, confident, and full of ideas about the future. He often told people, one day, I will build the largest farm here. I'll grow crops no one else dares to try. At first, people admired him. His words were clear, his vision sounded real. But as time passed, something became harder to ignore. Noah talked often, but he rarely did anything. Noah had a habit he didn't like to admit. He was so lazy. When the sun rose and the villagers went out to work, he stayed in bed a little longer. When others were already in the fields, sweating under the heat, Noah sat in the shade, telling himself he was planning. When there was a chance to start, he would say, I'll do it later. He wasn't doing nothing, he was thinking, preparing, waiting. But in truth, he was avoiding the work. Noah loved to imagine success, but he kept delaying the effort it required. One afternoon, as Noah stood by his untouched land, speaking confidently about his future, an old gardener stopped nearby. He didn't interrupt at first. He simply listened, his eyes quietly observing the wide, fertile ground that had never been used. After a while, he stepped closer. His voice was calm, almost gentle. You speak about this place like it's already growing, he said. Then he looked directly at Noah and asked one simple question, why haven't you started? Noah smiled when he heard the question. He answered without hesitation, I just need a little more time. I want to be fully ready before I begin. The old gardener didn't argue. He simply nodded, as if he had heard this answer many times before. Then he placed 2 small pots in front of Noah. Each held a young plant. He pointed to the first one. This plant needs water every day. It grows slowly, but it becomes strong. Then he pointed to the second. This one doesn't need you. It will grow on its own. Fast, but wild. The old man looked at Noah and said quietly, your life is no different. Every day, you are choosing which one to grow. At first, Noah didn't think much about the old man's words. The pots felt like a simple task, nothing too important. Still, he placed them by his window, telling himself he would take care of them properly. The first day, Noah took it seriously. He woke up earlier than usual and watered the first plant with care. For a moment, it felt different, like he had finally begun. But the next morning, he hesitated. The routine felt small, almost meaningless. It won't matter if I skip one day, he told himself. Then one day became 2. The soil slowly dried, but Noah stopped noticing. Instead, his attention shifted to the other pot. It was growing quickly, spreading without effort. It felt satisfying to look at, even though he had done nothing. And without realizing it, Noah began to neglect the one thing that actually needed him. Weeks passed, and one morning, Noah finally stopped and looked closely at both pots. The one he was meant to care for had grown weak, its leaves dry and curling. The other had spread wildly, taking over more space than it should, even creeping into the first pot. As he stood there, unsettled, just then, the old gardener happened to walk by and stopped. His eyes moved quietly over the 2 pots, taking in everything without surprise. After a moment, he asked, Noah, look at what you've grown. This is your life. Tell me, is this what your ambition was meant to become? The question stayed with Noah long after the old man walked away. For the first time, he didn't defend himself. He didn't explain, didn't promise tomorrow. He just stood there, looking at what he had allowed to happen. And slowly, something uncomfortable became clear. It wasn't that he lacked time. It wasn't that he didn't know what to do. He had simply chosen not to do it, again and again, in small, quiet ways. The next morning felt different, not because Noah was suddenly motivated, but because he stopped waiting to feel ready. He walked out to his land early, the air still quiet, and chose a small corner to begin. Not the whole field. Just one part. He picked up his tools, brushed off the dust, and started working the soil. It was harder than he thought. After a while, he was tired, and the progress barely showed. Part of him wanted to stop, to return to thinking instead of doing. But this time, he didn't. The next day, he came back. And then the day after that, doing only what he could, but doing it anyway. After many weeks, that small corner began to change. The soil softened, and small green shoots slowly pushed through, growing stronger each day. It wasn't fast, and it wasn't perfect, but it was real. Noah spoke less than before. He no longer talked about big plans. He simply showed up and worked, day after day. And without realizing it, something inside him changed. People in the village started to notice. They saw him in the fields early, working quietly, consistently. Over time, they no longer remembered him as the man who only talked about dreams, but as the one who finally chose to live them. And if you look closely, this was never just Noah's story. It's yours too. Because everyone has two pots in their life. One needs your time, your effort, your discipline every single day. The other asks for nothing, yet grows on its own, quietly taking over. What you feed will grow. What you ignore will not stay still. It will spread. And in the end, what you nurture is what your life becomes. If you saw a part of yourself in Noah, don't ignore it. You don't need a perfect plan. Just begin, even in a small way, today. And if this story stayed with you, feel free to like, subscribe, or share it with someone who might need it too.